This is BBC World News. I'm David Eads and these are the latest headlines. A huge show of support in Istanbul for the Prime Minister after he orders the eviction of protesters occupying a central city park. Car bombings across Iraq kill at least 30 people as sectarian violence spreads to the south of the country. Well, let's get some more now on the situation in Istanbul. The tension just goes on there, with the Prime Minister rallying his own supporters once again. And with me is Seref Isler from the BBC Turkish service. Seref, it's an intriguing situation at the moment in Istanbul in particular, because at least for the duration of the next hour or two, it is Erdogan's stage again, isn't it?
Well, it is actually. It seems to be that there are several stages. The streets belong to the protesters, especially the area we saw yesterday. For example, Taksim Square is now under the control of the police. However, there are sporadic clashes around the city. Ankara, again, is seeing some sporadic clashes. And at the same time, Mr. Erdogan is holding a rally of his own supporters at another district in Istanbul. So it seems to be that there are several camps and several stages going on.
And I suppose what really is uncertain is what the protesters actually do now. It's interesting that when they were swept out of Gezi Park, there were just little episodes happening everywhere, it seemed. So,
yes.
But they have lost their focal point. So where do they go from here?
Well, they are trying to regroup over social media. We are seeing that there's still people tweeting where they are and whether they need help or not. I think this is a bit of a recovery stage for the protesters as well, because the police crackdown yesterday was very heavy, and it has been heavy today as well. So they will probably have to stop and recover for a bit before, if they want to do anything further. But there is a very loud call at this stage in the country to just end the clashes and bring peace again. Well,
I just wondered about that, because the momentum has gone inevitably a little bit. If you lose your heartland, as it were, things change. Is there do you think now the necessary determination to make this stick, to keep the protests going, to make it last, or is there a clear possibility that it does blow over and all that's left is resentment?
I'm a little bit divided on that, actually. For the past 2 weeks, almost every day, I've said perhaps this might break them and perhaps this might make people go home. But this has now gone on for more than 2 weeks now, and they have not given up. Today, there are protests outside the Turkish embassy in London. So clearly, people are very determined. If they've gone on for this long, well, it's very difficult to predict how much longer they can go on. However, it is, of course, a question of stamina, because the clashes have been very heavy, and it's a question of emotional and physical stamina. The protesters have shown that they can be out there for 2 weeks. Only time will tell how much longer they can do that.
And very briefly, you couldn't get a clearer example of a split in a country, could you? You're either for or you're against now.
Definitely. It is very clear, black and white at this stage. You're either supporting Erdogan, and you can see that on social media as well, or you're against him. And the against side includes a myriad of spectrums. So you have the right wing, the left wing, the LGBT. So it's a very 50-50 divide at this stage.
Sarah, thank you very much indeed for that.